Kind of hobnobby. I'd like to welcome you guys back to Uncovering Your Roots with the Autonomous Party, the Genealogy 101, and I'm your host, Opemiha. So today we are going to continue on with part 3 on the Land and Acres edition. And the first family that we're going to jump right into is going to be the Archer family, as you can see on the screen. Okay, so the first Archer that we're going to cover is going to be Thomas, and I'm going to read all of this here. So Thomas and his family moved to Bertie County, North Carolina, where he signed as witness to a February 1741 deed to William Weaver, a titleable in his Norfolk household in 1735. Then it says on May 1st, 1744, he was called Thomas Archer, laborer, when he bought 200 acres near Chincapin Neck for the sum of one whole year's work already paid. And on July 6, 1750, he paid £100 for a further 340 acres adjoining Thomas Johnson. All right, it says this land was located in the southeast corner of present-day Hertford County near the Bertie County line. All right, so the next person we're going to cover is going to be Hancock Archer. It says he was born, say, 1738, taxable in his father's household in the 1757 list of John Breckle. His father made a deed of gift to him of 340 acres in Bertie County on March 29, 1755. All right, so our next person we're going to cover is John Archer II. So that's what this little number 2 means here. So John Archer, born before 1715, was taxable in 1730 in Norfolk County. On March 6, 1741 or 42, he paid £40 for 200 acres in Bertie County near Hot House on Edward Carter's line. All right, so this is still John Archer. So this is some other information on John Archer II. It says he purchased 100 acres in Bertie County near Lucin Swamp on October 2nd, 1777, and was taxable on this land and 7 cattle in 1799 in Winds and Kings District. All right, so this is going to be Zechariah Archer. So I'm going to skip down here to where it talks about what land he was granted. It says he was granted 150 acres on the Cypress Swamp in Martin County on March 1st, 1780. And then right here where these little lines are, it says the grant book 3640 North Carolina Archives SS call number S.108.824 location 1 through 5. So that's where you can find this information for this particular entry here about the 150 acres. All right, so we're going to continue on with Zechariah Archer. So it says he purchased 128 acres in Edgecombe County for $150 on January 11th, 1802. All right, so our next person we're going to cover, again, I told you whenever you see these number 2s here, this is going to be the second of this person. So this is Thomas Archer Jr., born, say, 1730, was the head of a Bertie County household of 2 titleables in 1754. He was taxable with his wife, Eliza, in the 1759 list of John Breckle and the constable's list of Edward Williams. He was taxable in Hertford County on 4 persons in 1768, 5 persons in 1770, and then it says on 200 acres, 5 cattle and 2 horses in District 5 of Hertford County in 1779, and 200 acres and 1 pole in 1784. All right, next we're going to cover two different people here. So we got a Peggy Archer, and then down here we have Armstrong Archer II. All right, so Peggy was born before 1776, head of a Hertford County household of 2 other free in 1790 and 3 in 1800. Taxable on 11.5 acres in Captain J. Jenkins District for Hertford County in 1815, and head of a Hertford County household of 5 free colored in 1820. All right, let's jump down to Armstrong II. Born, say, 1760, taxable in Hertford County on 1 pole in 1784, and taxable on 110 3/4 acres. All right, so next we're going to jump to William II Archer, head of a Hertford County household of 4 other free in 1800 and 3 other free in 1810, taxable in 11.5 acres on Captain J. Jenkins District for Hertford County in 1815. All right, so next we have Simon Archer, born before 1776, head of a Hertford County household of 9 other free in 1810, 7 free colored in 1820, and taxable on 124 3/4 acres on Captain J. Jenkins District of Hertford County in 1815. All right, so our next person that we have is going to be Jess Archer, born, say, 1764, a private who served and died in the Revolution. And then here in these little quotations, it says NSDAR, roster of soldiers from North Carolina in the American Revolution, number 184. His heirs, Baker Archer, received 640 acres of bounty land for his service. And then again, we have where you can find this information in these quotations. And then there's also a link. All right, our next Archer we're going to cover is going to be Jacob Archer II. So he's the second Jacob Archer. Born, say, 1745, was taxable in 1758 in the Bertie County household of his father Thomas Archer in the list of John Brickell. Taxable on 2 tithes in Hertford County in 1770. Again, you got your information here where you can find, so this is your source. And taxable on 125 acres in District 2 of Hertford County in 1779 and 1784. All right, so next we have Jacob, and he's going to be the third Jacob Archer. Born after 1775, received warrant number 21334 in Wilson County, Tennessee on September 27, 1814, for 20 acres lying in the 1st District between Barton's Creek and Spring Creek on the west boundary of a tract of land sold by Martin Talley to Jacob. Then again, you see where you can find the source for this information. Again, that's Tennessee. All right, so our next person is going to be John Archer, born, say, 1753. So I'm going to skip down here for a second and read this portion of it because this is involving the land part. He may have been the John Archer who sold 50 acres in Halifax County, North Carolina, joining Reedy Branch on December 16, 1783. All right, so our next person is going to be Jess Archer. So born, say, 1785, married Patty Heathcock or Havecock, October 24th, 1807, Orange County bond, Holiday Havecock's surety, and was head of an Orange County household of 5 free colored. In 1820, he made a April 9th, 1855 Orange County will, approved August 1855, by which he left 162 acres to his wife, and after her death to his son Stephen and his wife's granddaughter, Patsy Havecock. All right, so our next person that we're going to read here is Thomas Archer. All right, so Thomas Archer, born say 1758, purchased 25 acres at the head of the western branch of the Elizabeth River in Norfolk County for £50 on May 10th, 1780. All right, our next person is going to be Luke Archer, so I'm going to skip down to the land portion of this. It says Luke Archer, he left a November 22nd, 1802 Southampton County will, proved May 21st, 1804, by which he left 10.5 acres of land he had purchased from Arthur Whitehead to his wife Hannah and named his children Lemieux, Eli, Vines, Reuben, Jesse, Betsy, and Burwell Archer, who were all underage, and named his wife Hannah as his executrix. All right, so we'll go ahead and close out, but that's the Archer family. And what I want you guys to do and pay attention to, like I say in all of these videos, is pay attention to the dates. Also pay attention to the names that are being mentioned and the other names that you're seeing inside of the writings here. So that's why a lot of us are kind of related to each other and know each other, because these families, were marrying each other. So you're going to find these names, in your ancestry. I also want you to, if you are an Archer, I just read off a whole bunch of the Archer family that had land and where it was located. So the location and the dates are really important with this, because, again, we're proving that a lot of our ancestors weren't slaves. They were free people of color who purchased land and all those kinds of things. So they would have been labeled a little bit different in census records. So again, my name is Opemiha, and I'd like to take the time to thank you for checking out Uncovering Your Roots, the Land and Acres edition with the Autonomous Party. And this is Genealogy 101. And we will see you again on the next episode. Take care of yourself. Peace. I'm out.